How goes it, guys? DadBodOperator back again. You've seen the notification on your phone, but it can't be true. You run inside, turn on CNN, but they're all a bunch of liars, so you have to see for yourself. So you run outside, and sure enough, hundreds of parachutes. Attached to those parachutes are Russians, and attached to those Russians are AK-47s. That's right, Russia is attacking the United States. Which one you grabbing to defend the homeland? Today's contestants, the Knight's Armament SR-15 and the Arsenal SAM-7R. I'm going to do a quick top-to-bottom breakdown of each of these two rifles, and at the end in the comments below, put your choice for which one you would grab to defend the homeland from those dirty commies. Let's do it. No offense intended to actual Russians. I'm sure they're really nice people. Up first, the one I would think every red-blooded American would grab in that scenario, but I've been wrong before, the Knight's Armament SR-15, chambered in 5.56. Now, I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now, and on the short earlier today, one of my viewers commented that he'd eventually just end up with a battlefield pickup because, you know, they have the fun switches. So, for purposes of this video, let's say you have the ability to up-convert these two guys to the fun switch, and let's do it that way. Make it a little more interesting. That way you don't have to worry about battlefield pickups, okay? Knight's Armament SR-15, chambered in 5.56, 16-inch cold hammer forged barrel. I believe it's chrome lined as well. DI operating system, and they do it a little bit differently in that they have basically it looks like a castle nut on the inside there that bolts down onto the gas system to ensure that it can't back out, making it one of the most reliable systems on the market. It's proprietary, so nobody else can touch it. In my opinion, one of the best parts of this rifle. You can see here, 15-inch M-LOK handguard. You got M-LOK slots all the way around this for all the various accessories you might want. Up top, you have a Picatinny 1913 rail. The famous Knight's Armament backup iron sights, and sitting up top as well, EOTech EXPS-3. One of the best, well, one of the most rugged sights on the market. Nobody else really likes to mess with holographic sights, and the ones that do, they kind of suck. The donut of death in this is not the clearest thing in the world, but it's by far the most rugged. And if I'm going to war, damn it, I want something I can hit with a baseball bat and smile at me. So the EOTech EXPS-3 sitting up top there. Plus, if we're talking battlefield pickups, that little NV button would be nice if some night vision were to magically appear on the battlefield somewhere as well. 7075 T6 aluminum upper and lower on this. As you can see, lots of switches over here. You got mag release, bolt release over here, safety selector, and then on the other side we have mag release, bolt release, safety selector. So that means this is, oh wait, ambidextrous charging handle, meaning fully ambidextrous Knight's Armament SR-15 in this really nice, I think they call it taupe color. Like even the barrel on this thing is Cerakoted. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the Cerakote here in a minute because little disappointed, I might say. But she didn't come to the prom to be pretty. She came to drink and do bad things. So the looks of it is not as important as the functionality, and in this case, it's a tool and it's a good one. The furniture on this was dog poo-poo. Whenever I first got it, it had just a regular standard Magpul grip with the hole in the bottom. Can't even store any Skittles. How thoughtless of them. Standard Magpul stock on this as well, so both of those had to go. Magpul K2 grip on there and a LMT SOP-mod stock as well. Got QD attachments where they need to be if you're looking for single or double point slings there. Fit and finish on this is exactly what you would expect from a Knight's Armament in most instances. It does come with the E3 bolt, and that bolt is a pretty serious upgrade because it has a tapered cam pin. It also has dual extractor springs as well, again adding to the reliability that also comes from the proprietary gas system too. So a lot of people would say they don't like these because in a battle scenario like that, if something were to go wrong, everything on here is proprietary. And so you can't fix it with anything else on the battlefield unless you happen to come across a Knight's Armament. And so a lot of people don't like them for that particular reason. But I'm of the opinion that if I'm going to have a rifle, I want one that's going to give me the best chance and be the least likely to break. And in this case, I'm carrying at least one Knight's Armament with me in conjunction with probably another AR-15 of another type in case this guy does crap the bed. But as long as the Cerakote isn't in charge of keeping you alive, because it is crap on this thing. Overspray up here at the 3-prong flash hider that I forgot to mention before, made for the Knight's Armament suppressor. You can see the little notch there at the top where the Knight's Armament slides on. There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. Fit and finish, great. Cerakote, garbage. The other thing I wanted to show you too, right here, this guy has been a literal safe queen. I've shot it once. It's been in and out of a case, and took it out the other day, and the Cerakote right here just kind of rubbed off. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Right below, oh man, I probably can't even take off an optic. If you remove or insert anything nowadays, YouTube is gonna have your booty. So I will not be having my booty halved by YouTube today. But underneath there, the Cerakote has worn away as well from just simply sitting underneath the optic. And no, it's not tightened down too much. So the fit and finish on this is great as far as it being a tool. But if you want it to also look nice, you know, which is kind of a petty thing, but for what you pay for these, you would think that the Cerakote job would be substantially better than what it is. And I mean, this was made in the height of the coof. So maybe they were just trying to crank them out as fast as they could and try to keep up. But if anybody from Knights is around, I would love to hear the reason why this thing has rubbed off without having done anything to it. Anyway, looks wise, still pretty nice. And functionality wise, it'll help you take down some Ruskies. Let's check out the competition. The trigger, I always forget the trigger on this. 2-stage Knight's Armament trigger, which itself sells for like $275, $300. And it's, I mean, it's mil-spec, but just barely. It's like a 2-stage match mil-spec trigger, if that makes sense. So not too terribly light, about 1 millimeter of uptake, solid wall, and then just a clean and crisp break. Now I am using snap caps here, guys, so don't panic at the disco if anything does fly out of there. Again, it's just super clean and crisp. Tactile reset on it. About 1.5 millimeters. Really, really nice rifle for what would be a really, really bad situation. Let's check out the arsenal. So one train of thought is to carry what your enemy carries, and as long as you're taking down your enemy, you're going to have plenty of ammo to run the thing to take down the enemies. Another train of thought is that everybody on the other side is probably just going to shoot you at first sight as soon as they see someone with an AK. So in that case, it might not go so well for you. But this is the Arsenal SAM-7R, chambered in 7.62x39. Really rugged, robust rifle here, guys. 16.3-inch cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel with a nice little 4-chamber break there at the front. Standard front sight post on there as well. The barrel is made by a company called Steyr, and no, not that one. This is a different company that makes very high-end barrels for Arsenal as well. And you can see this one, it fits the bill. Really nice barrel. Long stroke piston operating system on this is going to ensure reliability through the harshest of conditions, and anywhere in America you can come across any of those harsh conditions pretty quickly. So the crowning jewel of this is the receiver, which is forged and milled. This singular receiver took about 9 hours to make from completion from beginning all the way to the end. And you can see, just about as robust as it can be, bomb-proof. not really going to ever have to worry about this thing ever crapping the bed on you. So if you're looking for bomb-proof, look no further than the AK. The polymer furniture on this is a little bit just plain Jane, but honestly, what do you want? If you're going into battle, Niet rifle is fine, right? Speaking of Niet rifle is fine, you're rocking iron sights on this. So if you're used to AK, then you can just get your AK on, because there's no dot on this. That's the one thing where I've kind of neglected this, have given it a disadvantage, but it seems to not really matter because you guys love this AK. You pick it more than pretty much anything else on this channel, and every time I bust it out, I get lots of comments about how nice it is. So the furniture really doesn't seem to matter too much. It is a good looking AK, but the finish on this also, kind of a theme today, is garbage. A lot of people refer to it as black paint. If you just look at it funny, it will scratch on you. So the finish is the fit is great. The finish sucks ass, is the best way to put it. Do have a really high capacity firearm here though that would be great in a scenario if the Ruskies decided to invade. As far as trigger goes, 2-stage trigger as well. So about 2 millimeters. It's a FIME trigger is what they call it. 2 stages, solid wall, and then just clean and crisp, clear through to the break. Reset on this is about 2.5 millimeters. So quite a bit of reset there. So travel is pretty good on that one. All in all, it would be a fantastic rifle to get you through a really horrible situation. So if you're deciding which rifle to go with, now's the time. Arsenal Sam 7R or Knight's Armament SR15. Leave your choice in the comments below for which one you would pick if the Russians decided they were going to divide their forces and not only take on Ukraine, but the United States as well. I'm sure that would go pretty well for them. Anyway, thank you guys so much to all my longtime viewers. We really appreciate it. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. I know you guys get sick of hearing YouTubers say it, but it's like there's lots of information that says if we don't ask, then you don't do it. So it's your fault. No, thank you very much for watching and subscribing, liking, all that kind of stuff. And for my first-time viewers, we hope you find the channel fun, informative, educational. And welcome to the DadBot Squad. Beers in the fridge. We'll see you next time.